Hey everyone, I had a lot of makeup reviews and shows on this, so I wanted to review and show you guys this new palette I got. Well, it's not new, but it's new to me. The Kat Von D Monarch palette. So it looks really pretty on the outside, at least I think it is. And on the inside, you can see all the different shades. And you can tell that I've used it a bit. So I'm gonna tell you guys a bit about the palette and then show you how I did this look with the palette, which Kat Von D also shows you how to do in one of the videos, which I will put a link to if I could talk. So I'm gonna show you guys this palette and review it, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to do. So I'm gonna show you guys this palette and review it, and then I'm gonna show you how to do this look that I have on here using the palette, which is also the same look that Kat Von D has a video of, which I will put a link to in the bottom. So first off, this is the palette, and on the outside it looks very pretty, I think, and it's the Monarch palette, hence the butterfly. So you open it up, and we have entomology over here, then telepathy, and tiny death. Then on the bottoms down here, we have Wrath, which is a deep pearl orange, Papilio, which is a pearl chocolate, Summerfly, which is a glitter gold, Killing Jar, which is a pearl copper, Delaney, which is a pearl silver, Vanish, which is a matte taupe, Disintegration, which is a pearl brown, Shadowbox, which is a matte chocolate, and then Deadhead, which is a matte black. Now, as you can tell, yes, some of these are shimmery and some of them are matte, which I like. Up here in the top, yeah, this is a matte. This one has a bit of like glitter in it, and this one is super shimmery. Can you tell? I like the good variation of colors, like you have all the darks and then you have some red and golds. I personally think it's really good for doing a smoky effect, how they blend really well together. And I like the red, which is the Wrath, and the Summerfly, which is the gold, as you can tell as I have it on my face right now. So on this Sephora website, I was looking over at the reviews to try to figure out the pros and cons of this palette. And some of the pros about it were that, yes, it is easy to blend shades and create smoky effects, and the pigment of the colors is actually really strong. I found out when I was using it, as opposed to using some cheaper eyeshadows where you have to really rub your brush over it, this you just tap on there and then apply to your eye and the color's good to go. Some of the cons that were in the reviews were that people found they faded. Personally, I haven't had that problem. I put on primer on my eyes before, but I did this look the other day early in the morning, and by nighttime it was still on. And some people have found that the glitter or the shimmer falls off their eyes and onto like their cheeks, and they're not fans of that. When Kat Von D was making this palette, she talks about how she was inspired by butterflies and their transformation, and I think that you can really transform your face with a bunch of different looks with all these different, because what I have on right now has more of these shades, but there's also like the great pearl and silver, or like the really dark if you're going out at night, and there's this really nice mirror in the top. So that's what I think about it and what some people online think about it, and here is how I achieved this look. So first off, before I put anything on my eyes, I'm going to put some primer on my eyelids. This will help the eyeshadow actually stay there. I put it all over the lid and up to the brow. You can apply it with a brush or your fingertip. I just find fingertip, I can make sure I get it in all little creases. There we go. So now I'm gonna open up the palette, and I'm gonna use this one right here. Has a bit of a sheen glow to it. This one is called Tiny Death. I'm just going to take a bit of Tiny Death and put it under my brow. I just tap on it very gently as not to get very much because it comes off really well and I don't want to waste more makeup than I need to. So after that, I'm going to go back to the palette and grab some of the Wrath, and I'm going to put this on. I'm not going to try to get near the center of the eyelid, but I'm going to try to go around a bit. I've never done makeup using my camera as a mirror before, so this is interesting. So it's going to look like it's coming on really strong, but after I get it on both eyes, I'm going to make sure that it blends well with Tiny Death. I'm horrible at this eye because I'm right-handed and just the crossing over. Okay. So this, just smooth it with the Tiny Death. See, it looks a lot less scary. When you're doing this backwards in a camera as opposed to a mirror, it makes it much more difficult too. So it would probably be a lot easier for you. Now with this, I'm gonna try to make my eyes look longer, so I'm gonna go out towards my temples a bit. And then just make sure that it smooths well. Okay. So now that we've used the Tiny Death and the Wrath, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get a different brush and I'm gonna use this super dark one right here. That's called Deadhead. And I'm gonna put a dot of it, just a tiny dot, right in the corner there. And also, I'm going to use this golden shimmery one, which is called, what is it called? Summerfly. And I'm going to put that one on the inside part of my lid up to the middle. It's more of a golden one, so it'll help. You might have to put a bit more to make the gold actually appear. There we go. Can't even see this one. Good enough for me. This one looks prettier. So now I'm going to use this brown right here. That's between the Wrath and the Summerfly. And this is called Papilio? It's a fancy word. Do I look that fancy? And I'm just going to put it between the gold and the black. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to use the brush that I used for the Wrath and kind of just smooth out the top part, maybe add a bit more in so that you do see it. And with the Tiny Death, smooth out the tops. I like putting a little bit of the Tiny Death right here because I find sometimes it looks dark on me. So all these colors except for the black one all have shimmer to them. If I didn't want the shimmer that's in the Tiny Death, there is this other shade right here, which is called, why is it always a hard one? Entomology, and that doesn't have the shimmer. Some people prefer that, but I enjoy shimmering and shining. It's all about blending and smoothing. Nothing will look weird if you can just smooth it out. If it's too harsh, then it looks weird. And speaking of which, just gonna blend these out. The side of my face is always so much harder. There we go. Now, what really makes this pop, I find, is you need eyeliner. So, this is actually Sephora eyeliner. It's a smart liner. Some people like it, some people don't. I really like the grip of the way and how long the tip is. I can't do this in a camera. It's gonna be horrible. It's already horrible. There we go. Don't have room on the desk to cross my arm. And of course, like anything else, eyeliner is great, but you need a bit of mascara. Just gonna quickly so afraid of hitting my contacts. Here we go. So that's how I did this look. I've done this a few times before. Depending how brave or bold you're feeling, you can add more of the red color, that's Wrath, or you can make the blacks go a bit more. It's still pretty early in the morning, so I don't want to be too intense, but this is how I did it. See, it's not that hard, eh? Thank you for watching. Remember, there's going to be a link down below to the actual real instruction video on where I got inspired for this. The only difference between mine and hers is she's a professional and she adds in a bit more color down here, creating a longer eye where I just have the color on top. But that's that, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.